Hello, welcome back to Fate Stay Night. As you can see, we're back at the decision screen that I left the previous episode on. I hope you liked those two videos I uploaded yesterday, which was absolutely not me wanting to play more Black Mesa and breaking my schedule to do so. Zing! I've been sitting here for the past hour and a half, basically, giggling to myself over Percy Jackson memes and all that. So, I am in a completely serious mood, and I definitely did not spend 2 hours getting achievements in Black Mesa. Yay! Next video will probably be... Oh god, I'm probably gonna end up recording Sunday, aren't I? Or maybe tomorrow. Great, now I'm talking to myself, planning stuff when I should be playing the game. That being said, I have also pulled up a guide on how to get all the achievements in this game, because guess what? They're all hidden and they don't tell me what to do to get them. That being said, I think the next game will be Roller Coaster Tycoon. Presumably because it's a lot more passive and easier than, you know. So, thankfully I favorited these. Inventory. No, that's not it. I need... Steam forms, that's not it. I'm looking for the thing. How do I look? Okay, so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the favorited. Because I favorited the guide for these, and I'm trying to figure out where they are. New inventory item. No. And one of the games. Unity home. I don't... Hang on, let me Google something real quick. Sorry I'm taking a while, but how to find favorites on Steam. Just click on your profile name, select activity, right side, my workshop. Okay, so if I go here, I go friend activity. My work. Oh, there it is. Damn it. Found it. Alright. So, as you might notice, sorry, I found the thing I was looking for. So, as you might notice, that text is green. That's because I've already done it, which was Monday's video. So, I'm going to go this way. Oh, you would not believe, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, but you would not believe the deep sense of not, like, I felt like the entire time after I pressed the give up button, I just felt like I had made the just greatest mistake of my life. Which is strange coming from me, a man who has made many mistakes. I'm not going to run away. To be honest, all this Holy Grail War match stuff doesn't feel real to me. But the evidence lies in front of you. But if my only choices are to fight or run, I'll never run away. Even the priest told me that I should be prepared if I'm a mage. That's why I need to decide. Emiya Shido is a mage, even if not yet a fully fledged one. I've always admired Kidetsugu, and I decided to follow in his footsteps to be a champion of justice, so I will fight as a master. If you're telling me that the cause of the fire 10 years ago was the Holy Grail War, then I can't let something like that happen again. The priest gives me a satisfied smile as if he likes my answer. I take a deep breath. I'm done wavering. Amanda said he's going to fight. The only thing to do from now on is move forward. Head held high. God, that's a tongue twister. So I can live up to that.
それでは君をセーバーのマスターと認めよう。この瞬間に今回の聖杯戦争は受理された。これよりマスターが残り一人になるまでこの町における魔術戦を許可する。各々が自身の誇りに従い存分に競い合え。
The priest's voice echoes heavily through the chapel. The declaration is utterly meaningless. Only Tasaka and I are here to hear it anyway. He just rang a metaphorical bell to kick things off as a formality, I guess.
決まりね。それじゃあ帰るけど、私も一つぐらい質問していい？キレ。
構わんよ。これが最後かもしれんのだ。大抵の疑問には答えよ。
それじゃあ遠慮なく。キレ、あんた見届け役なんだから、他のマスターの情報ぐらいは知ってるんでしょ？こっちは教会のルールに従ってあげたんだから、それぐらい教えなさい。
それは困ったな。教えてやりたいのは山々だが、私も詳しくは知らんのだ。エミやシローも含め、今回は正規の魔術師が少ない。私が知りうるマスターは2人だけだ。エミや。
あ、そう。なら呼び出された順番ならわかるでしょ。
I think I know.
仮にも監視役なんだから。
1番手はバーサーカー、2番手はキャスターだな。あとはそう大差はない。
But that
先
leaves
日にアーチャー、そして数時間前にセイバーが呼び出された。
that leaves out Lancer, Assassin, and Rider. We've already seen Lancer.
そう。それじゃあこれで。
正式に聖杯戦争が開始されたということだ。リン、聖杯戦争が終わるまでこの教会に足を運ぶことは許されない。許されるとしたらそれは
自分のサーバントを失って保護を願う場合のみでしょ。それ以外にあんたを頼ったら減点ってことね。
そうだ。おそらく君が勝者になるだろうが、減点がついては教会が黙っていない。
I'm sitting
連
here.
中はつまらない論議の末、君から聖杯を奪い取るだろう。私としては最悪の展開だ。
I'm just sitting here reading through the Percy Jackson subreddit while waiting for these two to finish.
教会の人間が魔術協会の肩を持つのね。
私は神に仕える身だ。教会に仕えているわけではない。
Hello there. You simply serve the church.
だからエセなのよ。
Oh.
あんたは。
I completely fucked that up. I simply serve God. I do not serve the church. Yeah, it all depends on what your definition of God is. It could be a big man in the sky. It could be Amaterasu, who is the big gay. It could be the Jade Emperor, who was absolutely not God in any way whatsoever, and they will kill you for figuring that out. It's definitely not Zeus. Zeus isn't God. Here is a statue to the being you call Jesus Christ. Okay, here's a statue to Jesus Christ, Father, who we call Odin and you call God. Okay, sure. And here is a statue to Jesus' brother, Thor. No! Will Solus, Dad, I have a boyfriend. Oh, what a coincidence! So do I. Had a thought. No, I don't want to. Tasaka turns her back on the priest without saying goodbye. She makes her way toward the exit. Hey, is that okay to do, Tasaka? Is it your senior? Shouldn't you have a little more say than that?
いいわよそんなの。むしろ縁が切れてせいせいするぐらいだもの。そんなことよりあなたも外に出なさい。もうこの教会に用はないから。
Tasaka cuts through the chapel without stopping and leaves the church. I sigh and follow Tasaka, but then I sense something internal. This man is. I don't know how and when he caught up, but the piece is right behind me, looking down at me. You got something else to say? I'm talking big, but I take a step back. This priest scares the hell out of me. As he should! As he should! I don't know what it is. Maybe he just rubs me the wrong way. Whatever it is, I can't make myself like him. I'm going home if you got nothing. I head to the exit trying to escape the stair, but at that moment...
喜べ少年。君の願いはようやく叶う。
The priest speaks, he's like he's some kind of divine oracle. Simply not true. Apollo isn't here to do anything about it. Those words, aren't they a reflection of our true feelings? Envious haters' true intentions that I wasn't even aware of. Buddy, how are you both unaware and aware of them? Not how that works.
分かっていたはずだ。明確な悪がいなければ君の望みは叶わない。たとえそれが君にとって容認し得ぬものであろうと、正義の味方には倒すべき悪が必要だ。
Perry Johansson. Yeah, that's actually a pretty accurate feeling. Everything around me seems to go dark. The priest says Emiya Shiro's greatest wish and his ugliest wish are two sides of the same coin. That's right. My wish to protect something means I'm also wishing for something to protect people from. Yeah, he's right in front of you. But I would never wish for something like that. I don't even remember ever desiring that. The wish I don't say about this means I'm aspiring to is contradictory. Yet the priest brings it up, as if to say, good thing you have an enemy now.
何？取り繕うことはない。君の葛藤は人間としてとても正しい。
I try to shake off the priest's words and head outside. Shake it off, damn it!
さらばだ、エミヤシロ。
You know, the Christians have a guy who can do this trick in reverse. Yes, now that's
最
a
後
real
の忠
god.
告になるが、帰り道には気をつけたまえ。これより君の世界は一変する。君は殺し、殺される側の人間になった。その身はすでにマスターなのだからな。
I can't wait for this game to emotionally crush me many times over. As soon as I leave, the weight of my shoulders seems to lift. The fact that the poncho is so big. I know it's a raincoat, but it's also a poncho. Right, that just reminds me of a Facebook post I saw where some dude was selling a poncho, but it just said, POUNCH! It might be because I'm away from the piece. It might also be because I see Sasaki conspicuously in uniform. That is the most loudmouth uniform I've ever seen. The blonde girl in a raincoat, the slight mismatched sight of those two standing together relieves whatever pressure I felt. Saber is still silent. She looks at me and seems to want to know what I decided.
行きましょう。町に戻るまでは一緒でしょ、私たち。
Sasaki starts walking, her pace brisk. Saber and I follow suit, and the three of us leave to search ground. Meanwhile, Archer's back at home, recovering. We walk down the hill. We hadn't talked much on the way here, but there's even less conversation on the way back. Even someone as dull as me knows why. After our visit to the church, I accepted my position as a master. That must be why Tasaka is keeping her distance. I get it, but I don't like the idea of seeing Tasaka in that light. How's your servant?
ああちゃんなら無事よ。まあセイバーにやられたダメージは簡単に消えそうにないからしばらく実体化はさせられないだろうけど。
What movie? The Earth King is inviting you to Lake Leo, guy. There is no sea of monsters for you. Does that mean he isn't by your side?
ええ、私の家でかくまってる状態。今他のサーバントに襲われたら不利だから傷が治るまでは有利な場所で敵に備えさせてるの。
I see. Unlike my house, I'm sure Tasaka's house is well fortified against enemies. Yeah, something like that. A mage's home is like a fortress. There's not much chance of defeating them there. Yeah, there is. It's called Bob, which means enemies tend not to try attacking them at home. Bomb it, damn it! Like the British did to Dresden. Mounted field around their house. It's a fucking James Bay joke. This, you know, if I was in charge of the Allied bombing command in World War II, I would have bombed the Nürburgring. We would have had better cars and all those lovely bits of pottery and church. Instead, we've got the Nürburgring in a destroyed city. Real thing James May has said on Top Gear. The mounted field around our house just notifies us of intruders. Yeah, like it did when Lancer attacked, but even having that makes a big difference. By the way, the priest mentioned he was the overseer of the Holy Grail War. Does that mean he knows who your servant is?
知らないはずよ。私教えてないもの。
Actually, you guys seem to get along, so I thought you had.
あのね、ミヤ君。忠告しておくけど、自分のサーバントの正体は誰にも教えちゃダメよ。たとえ信用できる相手でも黙っておきなさい。
You say that.
そうでないと、早々に消えることになるから。
What do you mean, Saber's identity?
だから、サーバントがどこの英雄かっていうことよ。いくら強いからって戦力を明かしてちゃいつか寝首をかかれるに決まってるでしょ。いいから後でセーバーから新名を教えてもらいなさい。
A knife in the back, you say? How about a sword in the stomach?
そうすれば私の言ってることがわかる。けどちょっとタンマ、エミヤ君はあれだからいっそ教えてもらわない方がいいわね。
Why not?
エミヤ君隠し事できないもの。なら知らない方が秘密にできるじゃない？
It's not a lie by omission if you never knew what was being omitted. What do you think I am? But I can at least follow a strategy like that, can you?
そう？じゃあ私に隠していることとかある？
Something I'm hiding from you? Well, I feel a hot flush in my cheeks as he looks at me. Bro, that was your first response? Brother. I shouldn't feel guilty, but I wonder if secretly idolizing her even counts in this context. Maybe not!
ほら見なさい。何を隠しているか知らないけど、動揺が顔に出るようじゃ向いてないわ。あなたは他にいいところがあるんだから、駆け引きなんて考えるのはやめなさい。
Then what about you? If your mom about your servant even to that priest, does that mean you don't trust him?
キレ？まさか。私、あいつを信用するほどおめでたくないわ。あいつはね、教会から魔術協会にくら替えしたくせに、まだ教会に在籍している食わせ者なのよ。人の情報を他のマスターに売るぐらいはやりかねないわ。
I like that they included accent marks, which is absolutely something I was not expecting. Tasaka huffs, obviously annoyed. Let me just break this a bit. Say this is probably going to be a long one because I'm doing both the bad ending and the true ending in this video for the upcoming sequence because I know what it is and you probably know as well. So, anyway, I guess Tasaka really doesn't trust that priest. I'm a little relieved, but at the same time, her tone of voice also conveys a sort of closeness with the priest. We cross the bridge. There's nothing else to talk about. Our frosty white breath hangs in the winter air. The faint sound of flowing water bubbles up from beneath the bridge where we walk in the street lights and illumination. All of those small details etch themselves onto our memory. Oddly, I don't think to look at Tasaka's face. It feels like more of a rarity to be walking beside her like this than it does to see her face. Me, Tasaka, and the girl called Saber. You, me, and Saber, about whom I know nothing. The three of us, without doing anything particular, walk back to our homes. Joy, I wonder who will be showing up next. We reach the intersection. This is where we will have to separate as our homes are in opposite directions.
ここでお別れね。義理は果たしたし、これ以上一緒にいると何かと面倒でしょ。きっぱり別れて、明日からは敵同士にならないと。
I think she's trying to bring closure to our ambiguous relationship. Tasaka starts talking but suddenly cuts off. Then I realize something. She didn't explain the rules to me out of obligation. She was only trying to help me as I knew absolutely nothing to make things fair for me. And that's why the moment things have been explained, everything goes back to normal. All that's left for us is to fight each other as masters. But that would make her last words to me strange. Tasaka must have meant that it would be hard to fight if she feels empathy for me. For Tasaka, everything that happened tonight was unnecessary. Things would get complicated if we stuck together any longer. That's how she feels. She wouldn't have gotten involved with me to begin with. She's smart enough to know that, but she helped me even though you wouldn't benefit her in any way. And isn't that the true definition of empathy or kindness? Something like that. That's how I know she had no ulterior motive for doing what she did tonight. She did it purely out of the kindness of her heart. Saka is totally different now that she usually is at school. Yeah, because the one at school is a mask. It's a wall. The wall. All in all. She's harsh and unfriendly at school, and that's putting it mildly, but seeing her right now, I want to ask her why the hell she acts the way she does at school. I just explained. Honestly, the difference is on the level of fraud. To level 9 with you. Either way, Saka Rin is exactly what everyone thinks she is. You're a good person, so.
は？何よ突然。おだてだって手は抜かないわよ。
Sundere. I know that. She had to tell me it would be a pain to be empathetic because she isn't going to. I know, but I'd rather not be enemies with you because I like people. I heard Saka's house in the residential district with all the western houses in the opposite direction of my house. She took care of me up until now, so I'd like to walk her home.
とにかくサーバントがやられたら迷わずさっきの教会に逃げ込みなさいよ。そうすれば命だけは助かるんだから。
I'm not sure about that, but I'd still take your advice. Anyway, I don't think that'll happen since I'm likely to die before Saber. I've calmly assessed the situation. Calmly. Saka's reaction is once again puzzling. After that weary sigh, she glances at Saber.
いいわ。これ以上の忠告は本当に感情移入になっちゃうから言わない。せいぜい気をつけなさい。いくらセイバーが優れているからって、マスターであるあなたがやられちゃったらそれまでなんだから。
She turns around and starts walking. And yet, she stops dead in her tracks as if she's seen a ghost. Saka? The moment I call out to her, a stinging pain shoots through my left ear.
お話は終わり？
Gee, I wonder who this could be. A young voice echoes in the night. The sing-song tone comes unmistakably from a young girl. Yes, let's go with that. My eyes are drawn to the top of the hill. I hadn't noticed the clouds brighten up. The brilliant moon illuminates the sky, and there... a shadow looms. It's a strange shape that seems out of place in the darkened town.
Berserker.
I'm not familiar with the word Tasaka whispers. I don't even need to ask. You're not familiar with the word Tasaka whispers, really? Because you've had someone named Saber telling you for the entire night. And you were just in a church that mentions Berserker. It's definitely a Saber. No shit, Shu. It gives off an overwhelming aura of death that surpasses even the fire from 10 years ago. Well, I have...
こんばんは、お兄ちゃん。こうして会うのは2度目だね。
The girl smiles. Her innocence sends a chill up my spine. Fake innocence. No, the chill goes deeper than that. It's just in my body, even my mind. That thing is a launcher. I'm not even looking into its eyes, but its intimidating presence paralyzes me. My instincts tell me I'm dead the instant I move. It feels like someone is pressing a knife against my exposed stomach.
やば、あいつ桁違いだ。
Well, all I managed to do is stand there paralyzed. Sasaka is composed enough to brace herself. I would like to point out that the more appropriate word in that sentence would be shit, but this game was released on the Nintendo Switch, so that's not happening. Even that seems futile. Yes, these were released on the Switch when they were re-released in 2024 along with Hollow Ataraxia. I can only see her back, but I still sense her despair.
あれ？なんだ、あなたのサーバントはお休みなんだ。つまんないな。2匹一緒に潰してあげようって思ったのに。
The young girl seems displeased as she stands at the top of the hill looking down on us. This is even worse. That girl knows that Sasaka's servant is not here, and then... The girl bows gracefully, which seems wildly out of place given the current mood.
はじめまして、リン。私はエリア。エリアスフィール・フォン・アインツベルンって言えばわかるでしょ？アインツベルン。
Tasaka trembles slightly, seeming to recognize them. If you want more information about the Einsteins, go watch Fate Zero. I recognize that frame. I recognize that frame so much. There's a post on the Fate Stay Night subreddit, and it's just like Ilia with Berserker, Ilia without Berserker, and the without pose is that one. The girl smiles, seemingly delighted by Tasaka's reaction.
じゃあ行くね。やっちゃえ、バーサーカー。
In a sing-song voice, the girl orders the monstrosity behind her. I imagine it's the tune of a creepy music box, like the musical box by Genesis. The giant jumps. In a single leap, this berserker sails all the way from the top of the hill to its bottom where we stand. Kerberos, Spotty. Fun. Saber surges forward, her raincoat flutters off her shoulders, blocking my view for a moment. Saber runs towards where Berserker's about to land. Berserker lands, kicking up a small torrent of air at his wake. The two meet almost simultaneously. They very air shake. Saber stops Berserker's lock like sword with their invisibles. Saber's mouth twists as she strains, and then Berserker's giant sword leaves in a flash, creating a whirlwind. Thunder. The clash of swords, almost tearing the air, ends in Saber's defeat. I hear something skidding. Saber blocks Berserker's giant sword through him. The impact pushes her back. Saber buckles. The copper-skinned serpent follows her. Shiru, I don't know if you're colorblind, because that's not copper. That is dark gray. That's copper. The sword flash on screen, that's copper. Copper is orange, good sir. The monster swings its giant sword again and again as if it knows how to do nothing else. Saber continues to block with her own sword, unable to dodge the strike. Saber's sword being invisible from the pad, she just control her strength into blocking this attack as she's dead. Saber's left with no choice but to remain on the defensive. The only chance Saber has of winning is to find an opportunity to strike between Berserker's attacks. And yeah, that's only if Berserker leaves her opening. His massive black rock sword moves like a raging serpent. Sorry, that sentence just confused the hell out of me, but no, that makes sense. He is enormous. Yeah, he's like 9 foot. Or like 2 meters, sorry. Let's go 2 meters. Despite his size and unwieldy weapon, this guy is as large as Steve. Despite his size and unwieldy weapon, Berserker is faster than Saber. But you know who's faster than Berserker? Ass is faster than Berserker. His unrelenting attacks to smash whatever is in the way. That's all. Butt buttons creates. And it's enough to be effective. As long as he retains his overwhelming speed and power, he doesn't really need technique. Yeah, that's why it's a Berserker. Humans devise techniques to compensate for their own weaknesses. That monster, he has weaknesses. Run! It's the only thing I managed to say. My body's still losing for it. Nothing cannot beat Saber. That's why she needs to run. It'd be easier if it's her that needs to flee. Of course, she knows that perfectly. Oh, that's not good. My body may be paralyzed, but my mind is still working. The rage stroke definitely won't let up. Saber retreats unable to block. And then the final unblockable sword. Jesus Christ. No, actually that tracks. It's a Berserker. Saber hangs in the air, twisting her body impossibly. Saber manages to defend against Berserker's titanic swing. It's all she can do to defend herself from the fatal blow, but because she can't completely brace against the giant's tremendous swing, his attack sends her flying. After sailing in a wide arc, she falls to the ground. Just before her back hits the ground, Saber turns in midair and lands on her feet. She manages to compose herself, but crimson blood stains her chest. I'm such an idiot. I've completely forgotten something crucial. I don't know how many times Saber's been fighting a day, but this is Saber's 3rd battle. On top of that, Saber still hasn't healed from the wound Lance inflicted on her chest earlier, 2 episodes ago, and like 4 hours ago. Saber shifts her drive to protect her chest. Berserker moves in like a violent wind, striking at Saber while she's hampered by her wound. His blow rains down on her back. I don't know what kind of magecraft Tasaka used, but something burst against Berserker's body. For the amount of magical energy I could feel, the impact must have been equivalent to a large caliber pistol. I'm going to guess it did fucking nothing. Don't worry, we're half an hour in. Fine. Even that is meaningless. And it barely even scratches him. He isn't nullifying magical energy like what Saber does. The attack just does not affect him. But yeah, that's a Berserker, alright. Despite that, Tasaka continues to cast her spell. Berserker just ignores Tasaka's spells and charges it. You are bleeding from the eyes and mouth. You should go get that checked out. Saber painfully lifts her head, so she readies her sword, intent on continuing the fight. The sight of her in so much pain gets me moving again. No, run, Saber. Yeah, with all my might, she hears me. But she braces herself to confront enemies she can't possibly compete with. Berserker's attacks are relentless. Saber weakens with every block. The enemy slowly creeps up on her. Where in that small frame of hers does such power come from? Saber doesn't retreat. She endures the great sword's furious attack and tries to push Berserker back with sheer vigor. She has no chance of winning. Even though she knows her demise is inevitable, she holds her ground adamantly. Maybe it's sensed something from her. Yeah, that's how Berserkers talk. Well, some of them. The monster, silent until now, suddenly roars. Its attacks are impossible to block. Its attacks rain down on her, though her defense is flawless, but one strike finds her. It's the sound of something falling in the distance. Fresh blood stains her armor. Her small frame shouldn't be able to rise, and yet... No. She stands up without thinking. Her actions say that she needs to keep going or else I'll be... Her actions. I realize I made a foolish decision. Berserker stops after defeating Saber. It doesn't so much as look at Tasaka or me. It just waits for its master's approval.
勝てるわけないじゃない。私のバーサーカーはね、ギリシャ最大の英雄なんだから。
Perseus?
ギリシャ最大の英雄ってまさか。そうよ。そこにいるのはヘラクレスっていう魔物。
They actually did translate the name properly. Hercules is the Roman version. It wouldn't make much sense for him to be continued calling Heracles when Hera's name in Rome is Juno. So, you know.
あなたたち程度が刺激できる英雄とは格が違う。最強の怪物なんだから。
The girl calling herself Aelia. I think it's Aelia. Sorry, Ruby. I know the name Aelia from Ruby, but it's with one L and an I, so narrows her eyes in joy. Her eyes express elation from the anticipation of finishing off her enemies. There is no need to ask who she is expecting to kill. Saber, then what will I do? Am I going to fight that monster instead? I can't do that. Just getting near that thing without being prepared would be enough to stop my heart. I'm going to... I will take a save now. Thanks, I'm going to figure out what the quick save button is. Oh, it's F6 again. Quick save. I'm going to quick save here. Here's the thing. This first option is wrong. It is bad. But if I want to see everything and have Yin see everything, I have to click it. The thing is it might take us on a 30-minute detour, considering what happened with the last episode. And also, I'm going to get that familiar pit of guilt in my stomach, which I'm absolutely sure is due to me only eating, which I'm absolutely sure is from this game and not from me eating only 2 things today. Tiger Dojo. I'm going to get away from this place. I'm going to get away from this place. Saber can't win against that monster. If I let her keep fighting, she's dead. I'm actually tempted to skip all of this and just get to the Tiger Dojo because am I not going to feel well? Actually, I could just do that. I could just say this.
あれ、何やってんだろう、私。教会、綺麗なところに。
No, that's not gonna happen because you're gonna end up dead.
あ、逃げた。かわいいね、お兄ちゃん。バーサーカーから逃げられると思えない
Wow,
ね。
there's just straight up 2 deaths due to Berserker.
もう、この役立たず。簡単に殺すなって言ったのに、そんなこともできないの？力だけの出来損ない。今度私の言いつけを守れなかったら、最後の一回になるまで殺すからね。そう、生きてるんだ、お兄ちゃん。何の魔術もいいわ。それぐらいじゃないと、私も日本に来た意味がないもの。
Oh. It was still on auto mode, that's why. Yeah, I'm just gonna speed up through all that because there's a dead Reen and a dead Saber. Okay, so that proves that they are living in. I can't call it in that state. I'm in alive. Connor would be close to that mark. Donor. To rhyme with other words that end with owner.
いいえ、簡単には死なせないわ。あなたにはもっと傷ついてもらって、今までの時間がどれだけ恵まれていたのか教えてあげるんだから。
The silver-haired girl holds my head down. Cold, pale fingertips freeze my skull. I know something I can't. I know somehow that I can't possibly go back to where I was before.
自分じゃ決して死ねない醜い人形にしてあげる。
You were one
お
severely.
兄ちゃんは今日からキリツグの代わりになるの。
You were one severely fucked up kid. Unless the last bit of sense. I have the hopes. I have the hopes. It sucks here. Buddy. Buddy. Really now. Bad end? No. What could have possibly indicated that? Yeah. Oh, look.
こんにちは。サクッと死んだあなたを一から鍛え直
It's
す
the tiger
夢の
dojo.
レスキューコーナー。タイガー道場師範藤村。
はーい。本当はこんなところに出る必要なんてないけど、お
Put
情
on
けでタイガ
some
に付き合って
pants.
あげてるイリアです。
だりゃー弟子1号。この道場では貴様の名称は弟子1号。
いたた。この私を吹き飛ばすなんて、両刀取らしない。恐るべし。
Tiger bamboo sword has been added to the weapons dictionary. Oh, great. I'm gonna have to go look at that now, aren't I?
別にしなかったけど、それよ
I
り
didn't
タイガ
do
ー、
anything.
今回のテーマは何なの？
うん。今回いきなりだけど、フェイトは油断イコール敗北と心得るように。基本的にみんな容赦ないので、選択肢になったらセーブするのは常道よ。シローの日常は赤信号だらけのスクランブルってなもんなんだから。
I'm gonna be entirely honest. The first thing that popped into my head when I read the words "red lights" is that scene from "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia," where Frank's just like, I've added stop signs to every single part of this intersection, therefore no one can get through." And Charlie's just like, "Frank, you just made this a 4-way intersection. If anything, you've probably made this safer."
お兄ちゃんたら好きだらけだからね。やっぱり。
チェスト。
痛い。師匠、その市内本当に痛いであります。もう。
却下。愛情転じて殺人に至るようなちびっこは道場。
疲れる。
トラスタンプが欲しくないのか。
わかったわ。
さて、今回のシーンはあの最強ちびっこ相手に逃げようなんて思ったことよ。
Right
こ
there.
の子に会ったらもう倒すか倒されるかだけ。
Oh,
半端な選択は死を招くから気をつけなさい。
タイガー、なんか道場の隅に猫がいるよ。
尻尾踏んで追い返しなさい。あと私を虎と呼ぶな。
okay, Tiger.
はーい。変な猫を追い 返しました。
よろしい。では今回はここまで。物語はまだ始まったばかり。
どっちなのよ。
もうちょっと修行編かな。
Yes, so that means we're gonna come back to here. But I noticed the weapon thing, so tiger bamboo swords. A breach of etiquette, apparently. Also, here's the flow chart. Tiger Dojo, and yeah. So you can see here that these bits marked with the arrows on them are decision points. There should be one here, but I can't select this one because I need to do a specific route before I can do that one, and as you can see, that's not happening. Which is also the explanation for that, and that. So, anyway. We're just gonna do that. I refuse to abandon someone when they're down. There's the Shiro we all know. That's how I've always lived my life. Most importantly, I can't leave the girl who fought so hard to protect me.
いいわよバーサーカー。そいつ再生するから一撃で仕留めなさい。
Berserker rumbles back into movement. Why you? I run forward as fast as I can. I can't possibly do anything against that monster, but the least I can do is to get Saber out of the way and save her from Berserker. I fall. I was going to shove Saber away from Berserker, then I figured out what to do afterward. So why? Why am I on the ground unable to breathe? Because you took a giant fucking log to the back. I hear surprised voices. First is Saber, who is in front of me now. Then there's Sokka standing at a distance, looking at gas. And then for some reason, the girl calling herself Ilea stares down at me, dumbfounded. There's a gaping, ragged hole in the middle of my body. I'm on the ground. On the asphalt, there's only a little bit blood, considering how big the wound is. I see some withered branch-looking things and some shattered stuff. And man, that looks painful. All those parts scattered. I get it. How dumb am I? So I didn't make it. I could never have pushed Saber away. So I was just her shield. And then that ungodly huge machete thing took a good chunk out of my stomach. I can't believe I failed at a time like this. I tried my best to be a hero of justice, but I screwed it all when it really mattered.
なんで
The silver-haired girl's face is as blank as she speaks. After standing there dumbfounded, she just says,
もういい。こんなのつまんない。
She calls Berserker back without finishing Saber off.
リン、次に会ったら殺すから。 The girl leaves. After she disappears, I completely black out. You wake up several hours later, fully. I lose consciousness. I'm really dead this time. I somehow survived when Lancer killed me last time, but my luck's definitely run out. Would you believe that this is the better choice? There's no magecraft that could save a person who just lost half of his body. はあと何考えてるのよ。分かってるの？もう助けるなんてできないっていうのに。
I hear a voice reprimanding me. It must be Tasaki. She sounds like she's really mad, and I feel bad, but I had no choice. I'm not good at everything like her. All I have to work with is my body. That's why the only thing I could do was to risk it all using my own body. How did you know that if you lost consciousness? Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Okay. I think I'm going to end this video here. If only because I don't know how much... I figured the end of the day would probably be a good place to end it, so I'm going to end this one here, and I don't know. So the thing is with that is, my next video may most likely end up, no. So there's a few things I want to do. The first thing I want to do is I want to start a Minecraft series. The second thing I want to do is start playing through Roller Coaster Tycoon. But the thing is Minecraft series will just continue on almost for a good long time. And the Roller Coaster Tycoon series does have a defined end because there's only so much you can do with it. So, or I could just do neither of those things, and the next video that goes up will be Mondays, in which case I'll be right back here. That being said, I think, you know what? Just, I'll let you know what I decide on for the next video. You'll see it. That being said, I will see you all next time. Goodbye.